BKFC president reveals BKFC 41 pay-per-view buys fell below expectations, and they found over 700,000 illegal streams. On Unlocking the Cage, David Feldman went on to say, "We anticipated to do more pay-per-views than we did. We still did good. We did 6 figures in pay-per-views, a little north of 6 figures, which was very, very good for us. We projected to do almost double that though, and I actually got a report in today that says they found 734,000 illegal streams from that event. So I'm not even pissed off. That's 734,000 people that watched this event, on top of the people that bought it. We had north of 1 million people in the United States watch this event live. Unbelievable for us. Now we just have to worry about how we're going to combat that going forward, and we need to monetize it more. We didn't have to monetize it for that event. We just had to get it out there. We had to have people watching it. We had to have people talking about it. Perception was everything for that event, and we blew the doors off of everything. So to get that report today actually made me feel really good, because I was wondering why we didn't do as many buys as we projected. But now I know why. We're putting together a super fight here in September. Hopefully that's going to be even bigger than the one we just did in Denver. We want to keep up the momentum. I don't want to be the promotion where it's like, there's only been one promotion and I think it's BKFC that ever did anything like this before. But are they going to continue, or are they going to be that one-hit wonder? We won't be that one-hit wonder. We're throwing everything we have at this thing, and we think we can have a hell of a run for BKFC in the next 3 to 5 years. Dana White was not happy with Jared Gordon over the weekend. Jared was supposed to fight Jim Miller on short notice. However, at Media Day, he mentioned he had a concussion. Jared just fought Bobby Green back in April. The fight was declared a no contest due to an accidental clash of heads. Once Jared revealed this information, the UFC immediately took action and pulled him from the fight.
Yeah, when you come in here on press day and you announce that you had a concussion 6 weeks ago and you healed yourself from the concussion, yeah, you're done. We're not going to let you fight with a... Yeah, we pulled him because, he basically said, he should have told us that 6 weeks ago. You know what I mean? You should have showed at least the company and your opponent some respect and at least did that 6 weeks ago. You're not a doctor. You didn't cure yourself from a concussion. And not to mention, so what did he do? Did he get a concussion? Was he self-diagnosed? Or did he go to a doctor? And did a doctor diagnose him with a concussion? You have to be honest when you get injuries. And of course, the minute we hear about it, no fight is worth keeping on if it's going to risk somebody's health, safety, longevity, whatever it might be. We will pull you out in 2.5 seconds.
Daniel Cormier hilariously questions Ben Askren's decision to box Jake Paul. DC and Ben recently started a new podcast called Funky and the Champ. Go check out the full episode on DC's channel. Links in the description.
Ben, I love you, bro, but I know. I can't box. You gotta beat around the bush. Why did you box, bro? I never thought you were gonna fight a boxer. It sounded like fun, and I hope he sucked. We didn't know at that point. At that point, he'd only boxed a comedian or something and a basketball player. I thought, hopefully this dude's just a bum. It was like, why did you think you were gonna go box somebody with 10-ounce gloves, my brother? I wouldn't even box with 10-ounce gloves. I think I had better stand-up than you. I thought I had better stand-up than you, Ben, and I wouldn't box. When Jake Paul had fought a basketball player and a comedian, you wouldn't have boxed him? You're full of crap. If I brought boxing gloves to you right now, Daniel, and I said, hey, put them on, I'm gonna beat your... You put them on, you try to beat me up, wouldn't you? Against you, and not everybody. What about Jake Paul? What if Jake Paul showed up in your studio right now and he said, let's go. You put him on. I'd probably box him. Yeah, you're right. I probably would.
So as most of you know, John Jones and Colby Covington used to be roommates in college. As of recent years, the two cannot stand each other and have been taking jabs at each other whenever the other is mentioned. Recently in an interview, Colby was asked if he agreed that John is the greatest mixed martial artist of all time. Colby absolutely does not agree. Speaking to MSCS Media, Colby said that's opinion-based. That's whoever's opinion was writing that from ESPN that day. That's cool. That's your opinion. But there's probably 20, 30, 40 million people in America that don't think the opposite. People in the Republican Party respect the people that are blue collar. They have a clean slate, that aren't breaking the law, doing these violent acts. Everybody knows the multiple steroid tests that he failed. So how can you call yourself a clean-cut athlete and the greatest of all time when you cheated on multiple steroid tests and broke many laws? For me, the greatest fighter of all time has to be a good fighter in the cage and outside the cage. A guy that stands out to me, Chael Sonnen, a guy from the same place that I came from. Oregon wrestling. Those roots became a larger-than-life figure and was able to transcend the sport and move the pay-per-view needle. And he's a great person outside. A family man, fights for the Republic, loves Donald Trump, God-fearing American. We need more guys like that on our side. Sean O'Malley on the Bro Malley Show gives his take on the first episode of The Ultimate Fighter with Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler. Sean discusses whether or not he would accept a coaching role himself.
Ultimate Fighter.
I haven't seen it in a long time, and I was a little disappointed with that first episode. But I think
our expectations were we wanted to see Conor McGregor f***ing Superman punch Michael Chandler in the first episode. It's not gonna happen. It sucks. They shouldn't have dropping an episode a week is tough.
Yeah, especially when there was only one fight and it was 8 seconds.
Yeah, I mean
that made the pace super weird. It was just like,
yeah. Good for that kid though. What is it? Prospects versus
vets.
Prospects versus vets. My buddy Hunter Azure is on there.
Yeah, he's from Great Montana.
Yeah, he's from somewhere in Montana.
Yeah,
he's on there. That's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a good one. So there's 155ers. Oh my god, 155ers and 135ers on there.
Yeah.
Overall, I'm excited for. Just one episode a week.
I know.
We're binge watching.
I know.
We're binge watchers now. Drop the whole season.
That's what I was saying.
Do you think over/under? I coach Ultimate Fighter within the next just my career.
You like that. I mean, you like to immerse yourself. You like to be around. You have a good mental, like you could do that for 12 weeks, I think you could. And I would like to see it.
It would be fun because I would bring the team. I'd bring Tim, I'd bring Tanquinho, I'd bring Brandon, I'd bring the team. And I think that would be fun. But for me, I feel like coaching, obviously I'd want to be champ. I feel like I have a lot to teach that's not necessarily just fighting.
Yeah, exactly.
Preparing for fights, I feel like I do it better than anybody in the game.
And that's why you'd have Tim and Tanquinho there to also delegate a lot of the coaching.
Yeah, I mean, Tanquinho is one of the greatest jiu-jitsu players of all time. Like, no one really argues that. He's up there. He's one of the best.
Back in May, Tony Ferguson was arrested after he allegedly crashed into 2 parked cars and flipped his truck outside a nightclub. Tony failed the sobriety test and was taken into custody. He was released on bail shortly after. According to TMZ, prosecutors hit Tony with a charge of a DUI, and Tony is fighting back in the case. Tony pleaded not guilty and is due back in court for another hearing on the matter later this month. Tony has not spoke on this situation whatsoever. He's scheduled to fight Bobby Green at UFC 291 next month. And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post future ones. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. These comments are in reference to UFC Vegas 74 over the weekend. The first one's from Zach H. It says, I was shocked when the judges gave the fight to Amir. It was a close fight, but I thought Kai had it 4-1. Then I saw the judges' scorecards where Chris Lee gave Amir the 4th round, the most definitive round for Kai, and this clown gives it to his opponent. These incompetent MMA judges are ruining guys' careers. The second one's from Patrick James. It says, Tyson Fury was always my friend. Dana. And the final one's from Vince G. It says, Dana, we don't do gimmick fights over here. Also Dana, Tyson, we can get you paid like we did Floyd. Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured on the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. If you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen to get caught up. And make sure to go subscribe to our second channel where we post our exclusive MMA interviews.